Your selection's incredible. So how do you find the gear? Some of it's new, some of it's used?
Some of it's new, some of it's used. We do consignment.
You do?
Yeah, we find a lot of gear on consignment, and then, you know, what the students need, what the community needs.
Right.
You know, what I'm seeing the people in town want to play, or what the students are going to graduate to, what they're going to start from, is very important. And then also as a gearhead,
right,
what is cool, what is rare, you know, what's kind of fun, and, you know, what grabs people's eyes, what's going to help them on their musical journey.
Well, for me, the Johnson, and then that Guild, and then the Telly that I played for 20 years. I mean, and then the bass. Like, there's so much here. Then you've got there's that classical at the end too, and then a 12-string, and that's what I mean. Like, you have comparatively, like if you were to, Guitar Center's got 400 guitars, and 12 of them are interesting.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference. It's this commodity that makes you feel like. It's like this cartoonish stamping out of everything. And then you come here and you feel that your store.
Yeah, we're really trying to have it where it is unique. It's not just stamped out, and there's some things, you know. It's funny because I have two of the same basses.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
And the jazz bass, though.
The 5-string jazz bass.
Dude, they sound awesome. Yeah, they're beautiful.
But I'm also like, oh man, am I too Guitar Center-y with two of the same instruments in here? I don't want to have a full line.
You're spilling over.
You know, spilling over.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're great products.
Yeah, they are.
I like having them both in here.
Yeah. But so some of these are new, like you said, and some of them are used. Some of them are on consignment. But all of them, you know, just for me as a lifelong musician, every single one of these has merit.
Yes, they're all quality instruments. They're something, every instrument I have in here I stand behind, and I feel more than comfortable putting it on somebody's lap or holding it. From the drum sets to the horns to the guitars. We have some beginner amps, stuff like that, but I feel comfortable with every piece of gear that walks out of here. We'll pre-set up the guitars before we sell them.
You do?
Yep.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yep, so they go out the door ready to play.
You know, for a lot of places, that's a lot of extra outlay.
Right.
You know, for a setup.
Yeah.
So it's important, though.
Yeah,
you know? And this is speaking to the stores that we grew up with. This was common back then.
Yeah.
Buy the instrument, we'll set it up for you.
Yeah.
Because it's you. It's your store.
Yes.
This is Sean's. You're representing each one of these.
Yeah, you can't have a guitar go out and it be buzzing.
No.
You know, where'd you get that? Cadence Music. If you do something right, someone's going to tell one person. You do something wrong, they're going to tell two people.
Yes, always. Now, but even the amp selection, I mean, it's a really nice curated selection of instruments. The prices are awesome. You stand behind everything. You set them up when they're out the door. And then as far as lessons go, are you very careful with the instruments that you're putting into the kids' hands as far as making sure, like, my Stella story is a classic because I couldn't play it for a year.
Right.
I tried and I was suffering because of it. And finally Dave talked my dad into buying a guitar.
Right.
So you're very conscientious about the instruments that the kids start with.
Very conscientious about that. If a student, you know, they'll bring in their uncle's guitar.
Right.
And it can be unplayable. And, you know, I'm more of a teacher than I am a salesman.
Right.
So instead of saying, well, you should buy this guitar, I'll say, this guitar just needs some work. Let us help you get this guitar in playable condition. And there's some ones, you know, we'll measure the kid to make sure the size is right for them, you know.
And that's a big one, right? I mean, you got to make sure that that's the scale properly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the technique is the same as they grow, from a quarter-size guitar to a half-size guitar to a full-size guitar. Same with violin.
Right.
And we will rent the quarter-size guitars, a quarter-size violin, so we're not selling them and then the kid has a growth spurt and it's null and void.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll do that with students just so the instrument and the technique is consistent throughout their playing.
Do you do repairs on instruments here?
Yes.
You do?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't. So
we do all instrument repairs, electronic repairs, amps, stuff like that. Yep.
Do you have a guy for that, or do you do it?
We do the guitars and the violins and drums in-house.
Okay.
And then I have a gentleman that comes in to do the electronic gears.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this is a full-service store.
Full-service music store.
Which, again, like for mom and pop, that's, I think, a rarity because you're covering all the bases, right? And you're walkable. That's another thing that we need to mention. The walkability of your store for Clarence Center
in the center,
is huge. Yeah. I mean, if you live in town, I mean, you're just a couple minutes away.
Just a couple minutes away.
And you're on the bike path.
Yes.
From really anywhere most of the year other than winter. So, I mean, you know, you can still have access from Clarence.
Yeah, and, you know, it's such a great community, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. And all the other local business members, you know, we encourage each other to shop local and go to each other's shops. And it's been a great journey so far.
And then, so we've got drum kits. The drum kits that you have are the type of kits that this is. I really don't like the whole 15 toms. Right. I love that you have two. You got the 2 racks. You got the floor. This is the standard kit that you have to know how to play on before you can do anything else.
Yes, yeah. Right. So
fundamentally,
with the drum kits that we have in stock, it's basically the setup that we have in the teaching room. So if the students are buying a drum set from us, we can definitely add on more the John Bonham drum set. But this is the fundamental set that they're learning on.
Right.
Once they get past, if it be a snare drum or a practice pad like that.
Right.
And then all the auxiliary percussion stuff like that, the fun stuff.
Right, you kind of have to. Right. And then this area, which I thought when I first walked in, I mean, this is a big deal to have. I remember my dad and my mom sitting in these little folding chairs at Chimes. So, and Twin, I have nothing against Rudy, but I don't think Twin Village, nobody has anything like this, you know. So when did you come up with the idea for this beautiful living room that you have here? Did it take a while?
No, it was when I thought about opening my store. This was a very major part of having something very comfortable for people to wait, for the people taking lessons, parents to wait. Again, bringing them together through music, although they might not be playing, but they're meeting each other. There might be students back there, they're talking. And then also somewhere to get comfortable with the instruments. People play on their couch. People don't always play on an exact armless chair. People sit in recliners, and so you can, and you can say,
that's really true.
You want to get comfortable and see how it feels with you on the couch,
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
because that's really most of the time, other than performing, where it's a chair.
And I don't tell people that, but
that's a good point.
If they're sitting there, or the things say, have a seat on the couch.
But it's perfect. It's perfect for parents. It's perfect for the students, and it just creates a community.
Yes.
Right? Yep. So you have a community music store, you've got this communal space where parents can kind of talk to each other, the kids, right?
Yeah.
Before the lessons. It just makes it more comfortable.
Yeah, we have parents that come in 15 minutes early sometimes so they can catch up with the other parent that they've met, or the kids want to see each other.
Yeah, and it breeds it. And that's what I love about the store, because not only your selection of... So if I lived here, I'd be in here probably once a week, just browsing
and seeing what we have.
Yeah. And so that's a communal thing for musicians, and then you've got this beautiful little living room area here too. Now the board here, this program which we just talked about, you're just implementing this, right?
Yes. Yeah, so we're going to put one of our educators on there weekly, so the people in the waiting room or the students can find out more about them,
Awesome. Just a good idea.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun idea. Some of the parents were like, "You have 10 pets?"
Well, but it's a bonding thing.
It's a bonding.
You know what I mean? You like cats, you got a dog. Oh, I got that dog, or whatever the cultural thing is. And that's kind of how you approach this whole store. I mean, this is you from your very root to the very top. This is about community. This is about education. This is about that communal experience of music.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
that's a big deal. And you know what I love about that? That differentiates you so far from the corporatized environment that we're living in.
Absolutely.
That it builds in this value. Mm-hmm. It's just inherent in the place.
Yeah, and people hopefully feel that.
And then now, so your counter, you've got all these awesome pedals. We've got really anything that you need. So if I was a kid or a professional, you really do service a professional all the way down to the amateur.
Sure, yeah.
This isn't just like, all these pedals are pedals that I've used, and, sticks, and you have everything, right? It's a full service. You got drum heads too?
Yep, we have some drum heads over there.
Okay.
We have drum heads over there.
And then you've got a Ludwig kit, which we're not even going to get into.
We got a beautiful 1966 four-piece Ludwig kit here.
Yeah. That's the type of kit that even cursory musicians know.
Yeah, every once in a while I just flip this around so no one does buy it, because I want to keep it. Not great business practice, but...
No, but sometimes...
like this one's got to come home with
and that's on commission, right?
Yeah.
So now, are some of these new, or the Boss pedals are new?
Boss pedals are new. We have some vintage pedals, the small stone, some beginner pedals over here, some Dan Electro products. Right. We have volume pedals, new Crybabies, stuff like that. And,
right.
Tuners, the accessories, the polishes, the picks.
Right.
The cowbells.
More cowbell.
I have the more cowbells.
And then strings. You have, it's is there another music store even close to you as far as proximity?
There's a couple.
Why am I not drawn? Well, regardless, you're very close to everywhere around here. I mean, it's 10 minutes from transit.
10 minutes from transit. We're close enough to the throughway.
Right. And the quality of the education here cannot be understated. So when you go into a big box store, there's so much garbage in there.
Yeah.
It's just like looking through I always say that. It's like looking through a trash heap to try to find a treasure. But when you come to a store like yours, everything's a little treasure. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, man.
You know, like there's something here for like all those mics down there are awesome.
Those are great.
You know, and a pop filter's huge. Like that's the type of thing that I might want to wait, but I might be in a session, right, at home, and I'm like, son of a pup, I'm getting this pop, and what am I going to pull? A coat hanger out with a stocking? Right. So, you know, you have this stuff here. This is like you have the fundamentals covered in your store.
Yeah, we try to have everything, at least for every aspect, most aspects of music, be it recording, performance, study, stuff like that. Try to facilitate all those needs the best we can. Yeah, that thing sounds amazing.
But you see what I mean? So
it's custom made right in Lockport by Putnam Guitars.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
So there's my pearl pedal. So somebody's going to find that thing, and that's going to be part of their sound for like decades, or maybe their whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the one next to it, the Angry Duck.
What is it? Is it an overdrive pedal?
It's
they put quack
filter with the distortion with a built-in octave.
Oh, you're kidding.
It's a fantastic sound. It's very similar. It's like a souped-up Qtron.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is what I mean. You have reeds. We've got strings. What else we got up here? So there you go. So you got your power outlet, your chords. This is important stuff. And I know from your perspective, you know, you're like, really? But it is. As a player, to have a local store like this, like to live here would be awesome. To have a local music store again.
To stop in that.
Dude, that I could walk into and buy some stuff. Like, there's so much that I need that I don't get. I hate ordering online. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
So, and this is important stuff. And then let's go to your rooms, because your rooms are killer. And what is this?
That's an old Les Paul that we scraped the paint off of before I played. We took every piece of gear. Nothing's on there original except for the wood. And then I was lucky enough to meet Dickie Betts from the Allman Brothers, and I had him sign it. Everything in our hallway here is signed by the artist.
Yeah, you've got Herbie Hancock,
Miles Davis,
Jordan.
Miles Jordan. Davis. Yeah, dude, I got to study with Stanley Jordan for a night.
It was like one of those what do they call them? It's like those workshops.
No, I hounded him after a show in Buffalo, and I said, Stanley, I just would love to sit down with you. Here's my number. And I was on the golf course the next day with my father, and Stanley Jordan called me and said, I'll be at this hotel if you want to come over. So
that did not happen.
Oh yeah, I hung out with Stanley Jordan for like 8 hours drinking Miller Lights.
That's crazy. What a guy. Who does that? I mean, that's like, I'm sure a lot of players would like to do that.
Right.
But most would never do that.
I'm very
persistent,
assertive when it comes to stuff like that. Same with Derek Trucks. This isn't from when this was a gift, but when I met Derek Trucks, I was like, can we sit down? Can we sit down? We were playing a show together. We were opening for him. I was like, I just need to know an approach.
Do you know what's weird?
To you.
Rick said the same damn thing. Yeah. From Cool Little in the same type of store. I wonder if there's like a personality profile here.
Probably.
Yeah, because Rick does the same thing though, and he gets it. Like he'll meet and hang out. He was just telling me about this English guy that he loves from some band, and they came to Fredonia, and he was hanging out with them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we're speaking the same language.
Well, dude, and Miles Davis? Are you kidding me? When? Where?
Miles Davis. We attended the Buffalo Hearing and Speech Gala. Benefit for autism, and it was a silent auction, and that was something that I needed to have.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now the rooms. So my practice rooms that I'm used to are these little tiny, I wouldn't even, they're like Eastern Europe block rooms that are just 5 by 3 and you can barely fit in them.
Right.
They're so callously cold. And now you've got these beautiful rooms here with these beautiful instruments. And this is an inspiring little adventure in and of itself.
Right. Yeah. So these rooms are very important to the success of our business, the comfortability for the students. I wanted it large enough where we could facilitate double bass instruments if parents want to sit in on the lessons. I don't want them to feel like they're crammed in. There's enough room for them to sit in here.
That's a big deal.
You're not whacking the guitars against each other, And
my dad, this is in the 70s, so it's my dad's this big Italian guy smoking in chime, standing at and then yelling at us because he's not seeing the results. But it was this little, so this makes a big difference. It's a very inspiring room. And the instruments these are your own personal.
These are my own personal instruments. Proper tools for the job. I teach all the fretted string instruments, and for general music qualities, to teach about the different instruments and stuff.
And to your benefit too, like you went to school for music, and it's an application every single day. Yes. So you're learning constantly too. This isn't,
absolutely.
You didn't just graduate and check out. You're a practicing professional
as much as the students
exactly
every day, and practicing myself to become a better musician,
right?
And teaching myself, and still taking lessons from different musicians and different study habits and stuff.
You do.
So
like Stanley Jordan.
Like Stanley Jordan.
Right. And then, so that's your own personal room.
Yeah, should I give the spiel of what we teach in each room?
Yeah. Okay. That'd be good.
So this is where fretted strings are. Monday through Saturday each week I teach in here banjo, mandolin, ukulele, bass, guitar.
So you're basically the fretted stringed instrument.
Yes, I have two other teachers that do teach guitar as well, and bass.
Right. But everybody probably wants to get a lesson with Sean. Right?
With the owner, not even just Sean. Everybody wants to study with the owner.
Dude. So we've got more. We got Pat Metheny.
So I met Pat Metheny.
Dude, what's that song that he has with the train? That's one. So listen, I'm going to tell you this, musician to musician. There was a couple melodies in my life. I get chills even talking about this damn song. The way he resolves that melody in that song and how he extends it to 8 bars, dude, it changed my entire interpretation. Someday, my friend used to say, dude, you should write him a letter. I was like,
man.
That end of that, it's the refrain in the song, but how he holds that back. And I'm getting so many chills, dude. But that song is so, I love him as a musician. He's amazing. But that particular melody.
That's the one.
Fuck, dude. It changed my whole... There was an Alan Holdsworth tune that happened, because Holdsworth was sometimes he gets really abstract, but there was this particular song. There was 3 songs that changed my relationship with how to pull and push these melodies. And it was at this time when I was writing a lot. But I forget the name of the song, and I shouldn't because it was so influential. But man, that man... Yeah. And for a lot of musicians, too. He's like the musician.
He's a musician. I just did Shadows and Light. The Joni Mitchell concert with Pat Metheny.
So this piano was a major investment. It's beautiful. And then what's the reveal here?
It's a digital Roland piano. So it's got the feel. It feels like great piano. It's kind of producing the same sound as an acoustic piano, where the sound comes out of the soundboard on top, a little bit underneath. And it feels like piano, but it's also fun because for students you can get... an electric guitar sound out of it. You can get a drum set sound, a bell sound out of it, to keep it a little exciting for the students. Very inspiring. But it's an 88 keys weighted piano, so the students will feel comfortable playing an acoustic piano.
And we talked about that, right? Because the kids gotta feel that.
They gotta feel that, yeah.
You can't, because I just use a stupid MIDI keyboard, and it's like playing air.
Yeah, and you go to an electric or an acoustic piano, and it feels like a different instrument.
Oh, dude, I go to my girlfriend's, and I can't play piano at all, but I'll just play, and I'll hold the sustain pedal, and just get those beautiful overtones.
Yes, gorgeous, and that's basically what we're trying to recreate with the electronic pianos and keyboards we have here for the lessons.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece, and well worth the investment, because it's inspiring for the kids, but it teaches them right. It doesn't take up the entire room. You still get a beautiful sound quality, right? You get the versatility out of it. You can record on it so the students can hear themselves play back. Oh, hold on. So that's a
fantastic. Yep.
So how many tracks can you record? Probably up to 16 or so.
Yep.
So can they take it with them on a little stick? Can you plug in a disc? And
it's an old floppy, so not too much anymore. But they can play something and they can hear it back if the teacher wants to use that method to hear them, correct something that they've
awesome.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. And the room. So do you have another stand-up?
There's another stand-up bass here.
Is that yours too?
Yep. This is Paul Yates. This is the bass instructor.
I see.
But yeah.
But you do play yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And fretless is a whole nother.
It's a whole other world.
So, and now the drum, is this like your drum percussion room? And your
drums, percussion, and piano. Monday nights in here is Scott Keller he teaches drums and he teaches piano.
Nice.
Tuesday night, Julie Plater is on the string orchestras. She teaches violin, viola, cello, and piano in here Tuesdays.
Wow.
Wednesday night is Mandy Raff on piano. Thursday is Scott Keller again on drums and piano, and Saturday is Jackie Davis vocals and piano.
Can we, do you have this information online at all?
Yes.
As far as you do. So
yes.
your website
is www.cadencemusicschool.com.
Nice. And everything's there pretty much?
Everything's there. All our teacher bios are there. We have some testimonials from graduates and students like that. Our location, our retail information, the repair information.
Testimonials are huge.
Yes.
With this business.
Yep.
Because, the right teacher makes all the difference in your life. The wrong teacher can set you down the wrong path.
Absolutely.
And, honestly, that's got to be pretty, for me as a business owner, it'll be like handing over this camera and the editing software. Because at the end of the day, if people are like, that sucks, that's on me. Yeah. And so if a teacher comes in here and the student's not performing, the parents are dissatisfied, that's on you at the end of the day. So, and all your, I'm sure your teachers know this, but as a business owner, from business owner to business owner, it's a lot of pressure on you.
Yes, it is.
To make sure that you get the right teachers, they're always performing up to the top of their ability, that they're not checked out during that half hour. Even if they come in and they've had a really terrible week and a terrible day, you still have to perform, and it's part of being a professional. And
engaging with the students while teaching the correct information and, just being a friend as well.
Yes.
On top of it. So that's, a big part of the curriculum. And we're very lucky because we're teaching music and we're all very passionate about it. So all the educators and everyone that works here, I feel wants to be part of this team. And we're all in this together, sharing something we all really love. Music, education, and just music as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, it's, and I'm sure just like anything else, like you meet them, like you said, you just knew that girl was perfect
she was perfect,
for what you're doing. So the facility, the store, honestly, it couldn't be just put together better. It looks like what it is. I always believe that the best businesses have this synergy between the building and the employees and the owner, and you have that synergy here.
I feel
right?
that.
Because the buildings, I mean, you must have known when you found the building, you're just like, this building looks like a little music store.
No.
It's like set in the
not.
You didn't?
I did not. It was Jamie. It was my now wife. When the building came up, we found it. And I had the goal of owning a music store, but I was not thinking it was happening when it happened. She found the building, the location. I fell in love with the idea of having a parking lot. I didn't want kids walking down the street or, having nowhere to go or park. So I found that, and when I came in, I did not see it right away. I don't know if it was nerves. I knew the path I wanted to be on, but I don't know, it was, we did all the work in here. We put up all the rooms. We built the rooms. We tore out all the carpet, the tile.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is what it was.
Jeez. Oh, dude, I had no idea. I thought you kind of just came in and it was ready to roll.
No.
What is that?
This is our little book of...
Is that your history?
That's our history. It's me opening the door for the first...
Get out of here. Oh, this is if you have a digital copy, this is perfect. But so that's what it looked like?
That's what it looked like.
Looks like a daycare or something, with little flowers on the wall.
Yeah, I think it was a daycare. So,
oh my God. Holy cow.
Little air guitar with the broom.
yeah. But that's a good feeling.
I couldn't practice that day, so I had to get something in my hands.
Wow, you completely terraformed the store.
We went nuts, and I was teaching and gigging full time, so I'd be here at 5, 6 in the morning until I'd teach at 3, and I'd go teach 3 to 8. I'd go gig 8 to midnight, and then I'd come back in the morning and...
So this is the hustle that people don't know. They don't see.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, you went crazy.
Yeah.
You built it.
We literally built it.
This was not, that first picture does not resemble what this has turned into.
Yeah, this is right here. This was my office. When I opened, this is where I was sitting every day with that
like a cup of coffee.
I asked the landlord, it was like, will you leave that chair so I have somewhere to sit, please? Because I got a lot of phone calls and emails to make. I got to start getting this rolling.
Can't leave that chair. That's funny. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, please do, because that'll help a lot. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What a cool thing. Who put that together? You or your wife?
My wife did it for me.
Oh, was that a gift?
Yeah.
Dude, you got a good woman.
She's
Wow.
She's all on me.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this was not.
And I get exhausted.
Wow, this was not what it is now. It's a beautiful store. I mean, it really is. It's for me. I told you when I first walked in, I was like, man, this is.
Yeah, and it wasn't a lot of work, but it was nice having it a blank slate. I wanted the dark slat wall.
Right.
A lot of places you see gray or white.
Right.
I thought the wood would really enhance the natural beauty of the wood and the instruments and the brass of the instruments.
It pops the color on the instruments.
Yeah.
It pops even the wood on the instruments.
Yeah, and it's a nice contrast to the concrete floor.
Right.
And then the tops of the counters, I wanted to match the concrete floor as you would. The same, and then I wanted a lighter wood, a little more welcoming up to the counter.
Right.
You know, so it wasn't dark over here, a little more welcoming, and then the matching slat wall on the back.
There's a lot of thought put into this. So there you go. So to your benefit, when I walked in the first time, you get it, you feel it, it's something that you're not supposed to think about.
Right. That's exactly how I didn't want people to think that I thought about it. I wanted it to be welcoming, but very natural. And, you know, as much as I could do down to the T to make it welcoming for people and comfortable. Yeah. That I'm comfortable in, so I can share it with other people.
That's your life. I mean, that's the other thing that people don't realize. You know, everybody knows the risk of a small business owner, but nobody understands the cost personally, economically, psychologically. And so, I see this time and time again, like, your business is you.
Yes.
So this has to be a reflection of what you want to put back into the world.
Right. And
it has to be what you believe in. This is an ideological thing.
Absolutely.
You know, you're like, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to create in the world.
This is what I want to create.
And this is your rock.
This is it.
You know, nobody can take that away from Sean.
Nobody can. No, hope not.
No. Awesome, dude. That was great. You feel good?
I feel good.
I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. There's hardly any stores like yours left, and you're not. You just know, dude. You're not going anywhere. You've established yourself here. You've got a beautiful store, but what you're giving to the community here with this, they don't even need to know, because they're gonna do what we did just now. They're gonna talk about this in 10 years.
I hope so, brother.
You know, it's just one of those local stores where you're like, how awesome is this place?
Get those little accolades.
Oh yeah.
You know, all the different.
Exactly.
Yeah, those ones are nice. Teaching for touching.
Well, and there are a lot of them. But you're a rare bird too. Again, right? I mean, the way that you teach and where you are and how you're engaged with the community. Yeah, I mean, these are great. This is good for the parents too, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're just like, look, here's what we do, here's what we are. And all the outreach that you're doing is huge, because at the end of the day, your relationship with the community defines.